Okay, hi. This will just be a quick, I hope it will be quick, second channel video, talking about the games that I played in 2023. Yeah. I just decided that, like, everyone swears on their mom that 2023 was a pretty good year for games. I am inclined to agree. And I thought I would, give my takes on the games I did play. I wrote down the list. Now, disclaimer, these aren't exclusively games that came out in 2023, just games that I played in 2023, but no replays. It's just games I played for the first time. Actually, there's one game that I replayed, but I felt that I was justified because it's a game that nobody has played, and also it was a new port I was playing it on, so yeah. Okay, the first game I played this year was Fire Emblem Engage. Oh, Fire Emblem Engage. This game, I already talked about it in my Fire Emblem rant video, and I spent a good amount of time talking about it, so I kind of said everything I wanted to, but just to reiterate, the gameplay is really, really, really good, but anytime a character opens their mouth and says something, I want to turn the game off. Not good. The story is really, really bad. So, if you're at all a fan of strategy games, I would recommend this game, but only if you skip the cutscenes. Like, genuinely, do not care for the story. The story's bad. But yeah, you know, I haven't played the DLC. I have the DLC. Did not play it. Cause everyone says it's bad, so I'm just gonna take their word for it. And also, it's only playable on, like, Merciless, I think. So, yeah. So, yeah, if I were to give it a rating, like a number rating, I don't really do number ratings anymore, because I don't really like that, but, I'll give everything a number rating here. It only seems fair, but, I give it, like, a 5 out of 10, because 5 points toward gameplay, the other 5 for the story. Music isn't even that good. It's a fucking RPG. Like, and it's a Fire Emblem game. Fire Emblem games have, like, really good soundtracks, but not this one. Next up, I played Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. Yeah, believe it or not, I played Sacred Stones in preparation for my, FE rant video, and also because it was just the only Game Boy, Fire Emblem that I didn't play. It was the only, translated Fire Emblem game that I haven't played, and also it was very short. It's a very short Fire Emblem game. Again, it's just okay. It's GBA Fire Emblem gameplay, so, like, you know, it's fine. Honestly, that's pretty much all I gotta say about it. It's one of the easier Fire Emblem games because you can grind. You can grind for EXP, for money, for resources, infinitely, which is not a good thing for a strategy game. Story is also just okay, especially because it's sandwiched in between 7 and 9, Blazing Blade and Path of Radiance, which are some of the best Fire Emblem games. So yeah, it's fine. It's a fine game. I really have I have nothing to say about it, really. I think it is just okay. I think it is a solid 6, 7. It's a 7. Like, no, it's a 6. It's a 6. It's a 6. I have no problems with the game, but it doesn't try and do anything cool, and it's sandwiched right in between 2 really good Fire Emblem games, so that's all I gotta say about it. And then I went and finished a game I bought in 2021. I bought Resident Evil Village in 2021 when it came out, or like a few months or so after it came out, and I never finished it. So honestly, I don't know if this is considered a hot take, but I like 7 more. I think 7 is a more enjoyable Resident Evil, but this game is still pretty fun. Where Resident Evil 7 decided to be a return to form by taking inspiration from the first Resident Evil, this game takes from 4 and I like Resident Evil 4 like everyone else in the world. But I don't know. My main issue is that it's not scary, and apparently the developers specifically. Apparently people complain that Resident Evil 7, a horror game, is too scary, so they decided to make Village not as scary, which is really dumb, really stupid. It is a horror game. What do you expect? I think you are pandering to people who could not finish the game because it was too scary. I think that is the wrong move. I think you should pander to people who finished the game, who enjoyed it, who realized that it was a horror game. You're sort of meant to feel fear. Also, the dialogue sucks. Like, especially in this game, it's really bad. But overall, it was still fun. There's nothing really unique for me to say about the gameplay, because it's just 7's gameplay, and, 7's a good game. I don't know. It's kind of fun. I do think it's kind of fun that the game starts out like Resident Evil 1, but as it goes on more, it gets more, like, insane, goofy action like Resident Evil 4. That was kind of fun, but, I don't know. It's just, this game... It's just It's a very mediocre 7 out of 10. The side content. The recent Resident Evils have never missed with their side content. I did recently, I say recently, like 2 months ago, I played the DLC. It was really good, so that boosted it to a 7. But the reason I finished Resident Evil Village was because I was excited for Resident Evil 4 Remake. If you know me, then you know that I'm very disappointed by the modern Resident Evil remakes. I did not like 2 Remake. I hated 3 Remake, but then again, so did everyone. 4 Remake is actually pretty good. I still prefer the original 4, just because the original 4 is just so iconic with how excellently it straddles the line between like funny and serious. Like it balances the over the top action movie and the horror game real well. Like it balances that line. Like, mwah, I love it. The gameplay is definitely better in the remake. There are side quests in this game, and they're really addicting. And also, they don't like at all take away from the experience of the game. I don't have anything else to say about it. It's good. It's good. I don't like the changes they made to Leon. They make him a lot more of a straight man than like a fucking witty Marvel. He is an MCU character in the original. In the original Resident Evil 4, Leon is an MCU character, but it actually fits that game really well. And here, he's more of a straight man, and I don't like that. This game tries to take itself a bit more seriously, and I think it's worse because of that. So I do think it is worse than the original, but I still think it is a good experience. If you haven't played Resident Evil 4, I think it's okay for this to be your first experience with Resident Evil 4. That being said, I do prefer the original Resident Evil 4. But other than that, it's a very solid game. 8 out of 10. It did not make me upset like the other remakes did, Now I just hope they make Resident Evil 9 instead of like a Resident Evil 5 remake. Or remake Code Veronica. That game actually needs a remake. And a good one. Okay, next up, this one's a bit different because it's not a game, it's a DLC. Future Redeemed. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed. Yeah, this is goated. I don't know what you want me to say. It's goated. It's really good. The changes they made to the combat are fine. I prefer base game 3's combat, but this is fine because it's a much shorter story. It's a DLC episode. But the story is really good. Alright, hot take. I'm not that big on Torna. I did not like what they did with Torna. Future Connected was fine, but Future Redeemed is really good. I like this. It's good. It's good. It's really good. I don't want to like spoil it at all, but it basically shows how exactly things got really bad in Xenoblade 3 and how the world of Ionios got really bad. And then it decided, hey, let's just slip in like a single line to connect this to Xenosaga somehow. So yeah, that's fun. I really like how they changed the gameplay to make it that like exploration. Literally anything you do in this game somehow goes towards progression. Like exploring the world, just like walking around, gives you points to upgrade your characters. Fighting normal enemies gives you points. Collecting materials gives you points. Fighting unique monsters gives you points. Anything you do in this game it's worth it. Is worth your time. This DLC is worth your time. Yeah, this is good. Genuinely a 10 out of 10. Xenoblade 3 is a 10 out of 10. I loved Xenoblade 3. The DLC is really good. Big surprise. But Xenoblade 3, it was a little reliant on 1 and 2's knowledge of 1 and 2. You didn't really need to play 1 and 2 to understand 3. You have to play 1 and 2 to understand the DLC. Future Redeemed is heavily reliant on especially 1 story. So yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Next is Tears of the Kingdom. I already talked about this game. I guess my opinion has changed a little bit on it. I do like the gameplay of Tears of the Kingdom. I still think the story is bad, and I don't like that it is a Zelda game. I hate that this game is titled The Legend of Zelda. If this was on some other Nintendo IP, I would not care, but it is just so disrespectful to previous Zelda games, and I understand that I'm I'm head-ass boomer saying this, but it pisses me off what this game does to the previous Zelda games. I think Breath of the Wild is a 6 out of 10. I think this game is a 7 out of 10. That is all I have to say. I really just do not care about Tears of the Kingdom. I barely touched this game after I beat it, and I have not thought about it for the past 6 months, except for when I was making my Zelda videos. So, yeah. And the reason why it was so easy to move on from Tears of the Kingdom was because of a little game called Pikmin 4. If you watch my Zelda and Pikmin and Me and You video, then you already know. This is my game of the year. This was the best game that I played in 2023. It's not even a question. It is so good. I loved it. Alright? It does everything so good. It does literally, there are only 2 complaints I have about Pikmin 4. 3 complaints. Number 1, the main character is ugly. Like, look at this. Look at, ew. Granted, you can customize your character to make him less ugly, but yeah. But no, that's just a goofy complaint. The actual 2 complaints I have is that 1, it's really easy, and I don't know if I'm biased because I'm primarily a Pikmin 2 player, so like, Pikmin 2 is really hard. So I don't know, I thought this game was just a bit too easy, and the lock-on is super strict. Like, a target could be in your peripheral vision, and the camera will want to lock onto that instead of what you're actually aiming at. And that is so annoying. But other than that, no complaints. This game is it's so good. It's so good. I loved how they added Ice Pikmin. Glow Pikmin, they're really good. Glow Pikmin are they're honestly, if you could access them, if you could use Glow Pikmin in the daytime, they might be better than 2's purples, which is if you're a Pikmin player, you know that's a bold statement to make. Also, Ochi, I kind of love the addition of Ochi, but there are times where I feel like you're over-reliant on him. The game is called Pikmin, and you're a lot more reliant on Ochi than you are on your Pikmin, so that's kind of funny, to me at least, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, this was Game of the Year. I 100%ed it. It was really good. I haven't replayed it though, but that was just because there was a lot more games to play that came out in the latter half of the year. So, yeah. But Pikmin 4, I'd say 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. Also, it's like the best looking Switch game. Like the Switch will never get more graphically impressive than Pikmin 4. It was really good. Oh, actually, I have one more complaint. The 2-player mode should not be that shitty Mario Galaxy 2 2-player mode. Alright? You should have just been able to control Ochi for 2-player. It was that simple. That was dumb. That was a dumb move, Nintendo. But, yeah. 9 out of 10. Good game. Game of the year. I loved it. Next up, F-Zero 99. This game is dead already. It is my favorite of the 99 games. I feel like F-Zero is actually perfect for this kind of game formula. I'm mostly talking about it because I want to spread awareness. I want people to download this game and play it like at least a few times. I don't even care if you never touch the game after that. I just want Nintendo to know that there is an audience for F-Zero, alright? Hot take, Gran Turismo, Forza, Mario Kart, it's fine. F-Zero, best racing game. F-Zero GX is the best racing game of all time. I will not have anybody else be blasphemizing the name. I can't word right now. Yeah, F-Zero GX is my favorite racing game of all time, and I want people to play this game so that Nintendo will make more F-Zero games. All right, this is the one replay that's on the list, but I played Killer 7 on, but this time I played it on the Steam port, so it's different. I'm mostly just talking about this just so I can spread awareness for Killer 7. It's good. It's a good game. Killer 7 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's by the same guy. It's by Suda51. He made a Lollipop Chainsaw along with James Gunn. He made No More Heroes. If you like those games, you'll maybe like Killer 7. This was back when his games were more serious than they were goofy, but this game still gets pretty goofy. It is an on-rails shooter where you play as 7 different assassins, and it's really good. It's so stylized. It is probably my favorite stylized game. Like it's more stylistic than Persona. That's my hot take. The Steam port came out in 2018. Holy shit. But yeah, genuinely, I'd say literally watch like a minute of gameplay, and if it looks interesting, play it, because it is best going in blind. Next, I played 13 Sentinels. Okay, I just cut out the past like 2 minutes because it was literally me stammering over myself trying to explain this game. If this game at all looks interesting to you, go play it. Do not know anything else. Seriously, this is the #1 game that you have to go into blind. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. It's really, really, really good. That's all I'm gonna say. It's good. Go into it blind. If you like good storytelling, play it. The gameplay is really easy, and that kind of sucks because I do like the gameplay. I just wish it was more challenging. But the story is really good. It's a very sci-fi heavy story, but it is constantly twisting and turning. There are 13 protagonists, but it's not like a mess at all. The stories all like interweave with each other so well, and if you're at all confused with the timeline, there's a feature to just like go view the chronological order after you've viewed a cutscene, so that's really useful. But yeah, play this game. It's really good. I can't wait to play Unicorn Overlord, which is coming out. It's by the same devs. And yeah, this game is really good. Go into it blind. That's all I have to say. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And the only reason is because of the character of Megumi. I hate her. I hate her so much. I hate this one character is the reason why it is going from a 10 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10. That's all I gotta say. Next up is Cruelty Squad. Cruelty Squad, this is an angry game. This is a game that is just angry at the world, at life, at everything. And honestly, it's a amazing stealth. It starts as a stealth shooter and then goes to a Mach 5 speed shooter. It is so good, gameplay wise. Unfortunately though, yes, this is what the game looks like. If you're seeing my screen right now, this is what the game looks like. It's similar to Hitman in terms of gameplay. It's like if you took an immersive sim with the gameplay formula of Hitman. You're plopped into a level, you are told to kill your targets, and then you have to leave the level after killing them. That's how it works. But there's a lot of like implants you can give yourself. Like there's an arm implant that is like basically a grappling hook, or you can just have an arm implant that's like a stealth grenade. There's a leg implant for a speed up, a higher jump, or one that just powers up your kick, one that gives you a double jump. Like there's a lot of customization in this game. You can tackle any level however you want, and I very much appreciate that. As you can see though, the art style of this game is very you get used to it. And as for the story of Cruelty Squad, it is it is a game that is angry at a system. This game is angry at the world, it is angry at you, it is angry at me. Also, my favorite thing is that the developer hates you. Genuinely, when playing this game and like coming across something strange, you have to genuinely figure out whether it is some deep, meaningful message or if the developer just put it in there to fuck with you, and I love that kind of shit. But yeah, it's very, unironically, this game is very good, very fun. I can't wait for Psycho Patrol R, which is a game being made by the same dude. Can't wait for that. It's on my Steam wishlist. So yeah. Next, I played Mario Wonder. I didn't really talk about Wonder when it came out, but it's good. It's fun. That's all I can say. It's a Mario game. All right, like if you know Mario, you know this game. But that being said, it's just a breath of fresh air. I know a lot of people were arguing that, like, oh, the new Soup games were getting so clinical, so generic, formulaic. 2D Mario is dead. This game revives it. Like every level has like a unique gimmick, and none of them are annoying. They are all so fun. It's just, this game is good. I didn't really talk about it when it came out because I'd never really felt the need. But it's really good. I also really like how they handled co-op. Obviously, you can just play with a friend, but if you connect online, you can see like ghosts of like other players, but it's gonna be in live time. Like, so you can interact with people playing a single player match as long as they're online, which is really cool. All right, unfortunately, my camera died, so the rest of this video will just be without a camera. But there's only 3 games left to talk about. So next up, I played Final Fantasy 16. Oh my god, this game. Alright, anyways, next up I bought a PS5. It came with Spider-Man 2, which I have not finished because I just kind of got bored. But a game I did not get bored with was Final Fantasy 16. This game is good. This game is really good. I am a huge Final Fantasy fan, and I have been very disappointed with recent Final Fantasy games, especially Strangers of Paradise. That game killed my enthusiasm for gaming for a really long time. 7 Remake was just fine, and as I think about it more, the more I do not like 7 Remake. I am not at all excited for Rebirth, but this game makes me love games again. It is very action-heavy gameplay. It does not at all play like an RPG, but I'm okay with that. I do not see that as a problem. It's just a disclaimer that it's not at all like an RPG. It's an action game, 100%. It's I wouldn't say it's like open world. They're different zones for you to explore freely, and they're very huge. It's kind of like Xenoblade exploration, but the story and music are really good. That's people are complaining about this game a lot. People are naysaying this game a lot. And they're just wrong, they're dumb, they're stupid. This game is unironically amazing. If it weren't for Pikmin 4, this would be my game of the year. It's just good. All I have to say is that's good. The music is superb. I listen to Away daily. I'm being dead serious. I listen to that song every day. The combat is really fun. It has this game has some of my favorite boss fights in video games, period. The fight with Bahamut, the fight with Hugo, the fight with Titan, the fight with Barnabas. Those are like some of my favorite boss fights in gaming history. And it's all because the combat system is really good. It is not RPG combat at all. This is Devil May Cry combat. Literally the guy who worked on Devil May Cry worked on this game's combat. Like you pick what flashy action moves you want to equip and then you go. That's it. And it's really fun. Oh yeah, also this game is rated M. They say fuck a lot. There's partial nudity every now and then, but like it's not enough to like take you away from the experience. Like they kind of overuse fuck in the like first few hours, and I feel like that was just to pull in a new audience, but like once the game gets going, like it's used very tastefully. The characters are really good. I loved this is probably the strongest Final Fantasy cast like ever, aside from 9. Like Final Fantasy 9 has a really good party, and then I'd say 16 has the second best. Like I wouldn't say party because you're mostly just playing as Clive, but like Clive and his friends are like some of the best like well-written characters. Clive is just such a good. The characters are really good. I loved most of the characters. The only character I really did not care about was Jill, which sucks because she's the main love interest. She just doesn't really get to do much, which is unfortunate. She just kind of like sits next to Clive and it's just like, yeah, I agree. She doesn't really have anything unique to say to Clive. But other than that, I loved all the characters. I love Gav. I love Sid. I love Joshua. I love even the villains were really fun. Barnabas was fun. Fucking Hugo was fun. Benedicta was fun. Annabella, I fucking hate that bitch. I want her dead. But yeah, this game is really good. Also, Clive is probably the best Final Fantasy protagonist, period. He's so well written. He's such a lovely guy. He's genuinely like the kind of person you want to be. Yeah, this game is good. I would recommend it if you have a PS5. I genuinely can't stop thinking about it. Even after when I beat this game, I 100%ed this game, and I immediately went back to playing it. Like, I immediately started New Game Plus right after the credits. Do you know how good a game has to be for me to do that? Anyways, yeah, I just can't stop thinking about this game. It's so good. 9 out of 10. Also with my PS5, I played the Demon's Souls remake. Gonna keep it real, I didn't really care for it. I played it to completion. Demon's Souls is it's the shortest Soulsborne game. It's a remake of the first ever, but then again, it's the first ever Soulsborne game, so the gameplay is just very wonky. It's very janky. There's a lot of jank. Visually, this game is great. I love the visuals of this game, but like, that's all you're getting compared to the original from this game. There are some slight quality of life improvements to this game, but not enough for me to really care. This really is just a visual upgrade. Like, if you can play the original Demon's Souls on PS3, genuinely just go for it. If you don't have a PS5 and you want to play Demon's Souls, then just play the PS3 version, because honestly, this is mostly just a visual upgrade. Is not enough for me to say that it is a better experience than the PS3 version. Like, it's the same frame data. Like, the attacking just feels slow. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to say it. Demon's Souls is my least favorite Soulsborne game, just because there's no checkpoints. That's the main issue this game gets, is that there's no checkpoints at all, and I'm inclined to agree. It sucks. So when you die, you basically have to go through the entire level again. It's a 6 out of 10. It's Demon's Souls. All right, the last game. All right, on to the last game, which came out this year, but I'm still gonna put it on this list. Persona 3 Reload. Yeah, this game is a 10. I decided to tack this on just because, you know, I beat it. I got it release day. I beat it. Persona 3, the original, is my favorite Persona game. And yeah, this is basically just Persona 3, but better. It's in the same engine as Persona 5, so the gameplay is improved. A lot of quality of life improvements, a lot of new stuff added, but it's not like there's a lot of new stuff, but it's not like new as in like a completely new party member like Persona 5 Royal did. Like, it's still pretty much the same experience with just a lot of improvements. It's good. If you like Persona 3, you will love this game. All right. If you like Persona, you will like this game. It's a 10 out of 10. The story is just as good as it was in the original, but better because the voice acting, I say voice acting, the way it presents itself is better. As for the new voice cast, I am very mixed on them. Some of the new voice cast I really like. For example, Yukari's. others, I kind of prefer the original. Like, I prefer Akihiko's original voice actor compared to his new one, but that's fine. Koromaru. I hate what they did with Koromaru. Koromaru is a dog in Persona 3, and he's a pivotal character. And in the original, he makes dog noises. He barks like a dog. But in Persona 3 Reload, he is voiced by a man barking. It is a human pretending to be a dog. It is very jarring. I do not like it. It makes me cringe every time I hear it. But anyways, yeah, this is a 10 out of 10. Loved it. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was all the games I played in 2023, plus Persona 3 Reload, because it was there. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I just wanted to give my opinions on it before I forgot, because I'm pretty busy with a bunch of other videos I'm working on. Namely, the Final Fantasy XII review I'm working on. And, yeah. Anyways, toodaloo!